Have you ever felt some kind of jealousy when you meet other women who seem to have it all? The women you meet may have a better way of putting themselves together, they may have a better job, they may look like they're more confident and at ease than you, or they dress better than you, or have better relationships. Well, the grass seems greener on the other side of the fence, right? In short, they seem to have what you would love to have, but that you don't have. And it makes you feel jealous, envious, unworthy, or not being able to get there. And this may have happened to all of us, me included. But let me tell you something. There is a gift behind the jealousy that we normally despise. I want to share with you a perspective that will really help you. It's simpler and easier than you think, and it will offer you a long-lasting change in your life that you probably never thought of possible for you. One of my clients the other day in my group coaching calls was surprised when I told them that at some point in time in my life, I sometimes felt jealous when I compared myself to other women. I felt I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy enough. I felt powerless, not being able to change the reality I was in. And looking at other women that I found looked better than me or did better things than me just knocked me down. And if you sometimes feel that way, this video is for you. And I will help you see what jealousy means and how this feeling is a great opportunity for change and how to transform it when it comes up, so that you can feel happy and satisfied, feeling that you have your share of abundance. And you will see, this is a very simple shift to make. And you will get out of unworthiness and jealousy very quickly if you just understand and apply the following points. I want to insist on how simple this is. Believe me, this is really simple. When you are on a healing journey or on a self-development journey, there are more difficult things to go through. But turning jealousy into satisfaction and growth is a fun and satisfying thing to do. And just so empowering too. We generally stay stuck a long time in the mud of jealousy and comparison because we just don't know what jealousy is and what it means and how to deal with it. Once you know, it's really easy and super simple. So listen up and take notes. I've been a therapist and a life coach for over 15 years now. I was a parenting coach, a stress management coach, a business coach, and being passionate about personal development. And the principles and tools I share here have worked for my clients and myself in a deep transformational way. I would be happy to know in the comments how this video changes your perspective too, and how it impacts your life. Because yes, if you know how to deal with jealousy, your life will be impacted in a way that will blow your mind. So first, what is jealousy? Jealousy is just a feeling, an emotion. The problem we have with jealousy is that we were taught that it wasn't nice to be jealous. There is some kind of guilt and shame around jealousy. Being sad was allowed, for example, but being jealous, no way, it's not appropriate, it's bad. But let me tell you something that will bring you relief right away. When emotions and feelings come up, they just are. They're neither good nor bad. They just are emotions. And when you feel jealous in that moment, the emotion comes up. It just is. Emotions are part of our systems that help us go through life, as well as other systems in our body. When you feel the need to go to the toilet or when you're thirsty, you have no judgment about this. You just know it's your body indicating some of your needs. Well, feeling emotions is the same thing. This leads to my second point. An emotion is just an indicator. When you feel jealous, this is an indication that one of your needs is not fulfilled. It's a sign that there is something to do about it and to get back to alignment. But usually when jealousy appears, we get entangled with it and it sticks to us just like a sticky tape that you have trouble getting off your fingers. And being stuck in jealousy leads to judgment. When we are stuck in jealousy, we don't really have the awareness that we are then in judgment, and we beat the drum of our pain. We don't know how to get what we want. We don't know how to lessen the pain. So we find excuses and strategies to calm our mind down as much as we can. So we put all our energy into judgment. We usually do that in 3 ways. We criticize the women we're jealous about because we secretly desire what they have, but facing that is too hard, so we find a way to judge them negatively. It's easier to find that they have flaws rather than seeing all that makes us envious, right? We also are hard on ourselves because we come to the conclusion that if we're not as good as other women, it's because we're not capable enough, we're not worthy enough, we're not intelligent enough. And another way is that we blame the circumstances, arguing about our limitations of not being good enough and explaining how that person is luckier than us, has a better environment than us, has more talents than us, has a better family, education, nicer friends. So all of this gets us stuck in a negative loop. But what we need here to understand is that jealousy indicates a need. What I want you to understand is that jealousy, just like any other emotion, is an indicator, and it indicates a need. When you feel jealous or envious about a woman who you think looks better than you or has what you would like to have, it indicates that you want the well-being, the consideration, the validation, the feeling of fulfillment, the security, the freedom, the confidence, or whatever you think you would like to feel when you have those things too. So don't feel bad about feeling jealous. This is actually a very positive sign. It indicates that you want more of life. Thank yourself for feeling that emotion and then get curious about it. So start with this. Acknowledge this feeling and welcome it in a positive way. All right, here I'm jealous again. Putting some humor helps too, by the way. And then ask yourself the real questions. Why am I feeling so uncomfortable when I come across women who seem to have more than me, who have what I want, the ease, the confidence, the happiness, the job, the relationship, the abundance, the elegance, the body form, the vitality? What is the message? What is this telling me? What do I want that I don't have? And here's an important point. Let's be specific. For example, she has beautiful and neat hair each time we meet, or she has a clean and elegant home, or she has a nice, interesting business or job. Her relationship with her man seems so nourishing. Start looking at the picture with some kind of distance, detaching from the emotion itself, so that you can think more freely about what you want so much. And do you know what emotion means? It comes from the Latin word movere, which means moving outwards. There is movement to be expressed. There is action to be taken. And jealousy is an emotion which should lead you to take action. So once you have been honest with yourself, not hiding behind excuses and judgments, acknowledge that you want that thing you don't have and make plans. You can spend your entire life complaining about your hair and feeling jealous about other women's nice hairstyle until you take action to make the best out of what you have. You can spend your entire life complaining about how your home isn't elegant and cozy until you decide that you will start today making little changes, learning how to curate a cozy and elegant home and taking actions towards this step by step. You can spend your entire life blaming your unlucky professional path until you decide you're going to do something about it, and with patience and commitment start building a professional life that feels really good to you. You can complain about the poor relationship you have with your family, your spouse, your children, until you decide to learn how to communicate, how to heal, how to let love in. These are just all examples I personally went through. I was feeling so much unworthiness in some areas of my life that I decided to take ownership and start the transformation journey. I now barely don't feel jealous anymore because my focus has changed and I know how to come back to alignment again. And it's not about getting it right all at once. It's about loving yourself enough to learn to listen to your heart when emotions come up and moving the needle forward, a little step forward every day. This is what I help my clients with the most. I mean, letting go of blocks, unworthiness to build their dreams and goals. And this is the path I have been following myself, as I've had enough of always finding the grass greener on the other side of the fence, like we say, and feeling sometimes so frustrated and just sad about this. This leads to another point. The energy you spend worrying about what you don't have or being preoccupied by your inability or unworthiness to manifest what you want, that energy can be redirected to uplift your life. You must use that energy to create and not wear you down. In reality, jealousy gathers creative energy for you to take the leap and transform, which means that all the energy that builds up from being jealous, you can use it in a constructive way. Imagine if you're very jealous, then you have a lot of energy available that you just have to set free and oriented to serve you and uplift you rather than put you down. I mean, isn't that good news? Love and honor yourself so much that you allow yourself to follow a clear roadmap to get what you want. So this means that starting today, you can take the baby steps to build your life the way you would like it to be. This meant for me 20 years ago that I decided to wear, for example, the dresses that were in my closet instead of my boring pants. My daughters, who were little at the time, were just so excited to choose one for me each day, and I felt like a pretty mother, and this made me feel uplifted. I started to create a business for myself. I started to learn and grow, went back to the university to study art therapy, took courses to become a kinesiologist, studied many different therapies, and started a business. I learned communication skills, learned about parenting, about stress management, about entrepreneurship. I deepened my relationship with myself. I went on this healing journey. I started to get my power back and implemented it in my everyday life. So each time you feel a squeeze of jealousy in your heart, bless it and say thank you, because it is saying to you that you can welcome more into your life. Process the emotion of jealousy. Feel the sadness, the frustration, the anger, or whatever. But do that with the awareness that you are allowing it with love for yourself, because you know it is for your highest good to process these emotions and that something great will come out of it. Then redirect that energy and tell yourself that you will do what it takes to uplift your life in the way you would love it to be. And don't start next month. Start today. Start doing a baby step today and build a plan. Think about all the things you can put into place to be the woman you want to be, who has nothing to be jealous about because she already is living what she desires to live. Be the one you would look up to. Be the woman you would want to be inspired by. Be the woman who grows in her head and her heart. It starts with the very little things of your everyday life. You know, life goes by quickly, and we don't want to have so many regrets at the end of our life. So we've got to make life happen in the best way we can starting today, building our little and big dreams. The point here is not to be perfect. It's just taking a little step at a time. But here's an important point. Make plans in a soft but yet powerful and efficient feminine way, which means honoring our heart's inspiration and taking action, but in a way that is respectful of the energy you have available on a day-to-day basis. We are women, we are not machines, we work in flow sequences. I insist on this because I don't want you to think, okay, now I have to go for it, make plans, and go, push through and make it happen so I don't feel jealous anymore. There is a way adapted to us women to make things happen in a smoother way. This video is not here to put pressure on you and get yourself to transform your life in a masculine, draining way, but to inspire you to build your dreams and goals in a balanced way that respects who you are as a woman. We can get a lot done and more if we operate from our true embodied, elegant, feminine nature. This is what I help my clients do in coaching, and this is also a direction I will take on this YouTube channel to help you gain more confidence and fulfillment in your life. The feminine flows when there is structure, because structure creates security. In security, we then can relax into our feminine, which allows us to get inspired when we take action, which means that you start making plans with some kind of structure. Structure is freedom for us, right? In the structure we create for ourselves, we can then let our feminine bloom. So, if this topic resonated with you, thank you for subscribing and sharing this video to people you know that will find interest in this content. This will help me also grow this channel if you share that to your friends or family, so that I can create more videos that will inspire you. And tell me in the comments if this topic helps and if you would like more content like this here. And remember, we are not looking for perfection here, but we are just uplifting our lives with more beauty and love from the heart. So thank you for watching.